For decades, Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old Tucson matriarch, lived a life cloaked in respectability and devotion. Her sudden disappearance has stunned family, friends, and the nation, revealing cracks in a carefully constructed facade. Known as a steadfast widow raising 3 children after her husband Charles's death in 1989, Nancy seemed the ultimate mother figure. Yet a mysterious package arriving days after she vanished uncovered a hidden dimension of her life. Inside, a faded photograph and cryptic note hinted at decades of secrecy. The discovery would reveal a parallel existence Nancy had meticulously hidden from everyone she loved. The early years of a devoted Mother Nancy Guthrie's life in Tucson, Arizona, was marked by resilience. After Charles died of a heart attack, she raised Savannah, Annie, and Cam while maintaining stability and warmth. Neighbors recall a woman devoted to family, volunteering at her church and working part-time as a bookkeeper. Her children describe her as a pillar of grace, humor, and unyielding determination. Savannah often credited her mother for shaping her strength and career. On the surface, Nancy embodied the quintessential widow and devoted parent. Yet the seeds of a secret life were sown in the early 1990s, a hidden world that would remain unnoticed for over 30 years. The first clues. A mysterious package. On February 6, 2026, 5 days after Nancy disappeared, her daughter Savannah received an unmarked envelope at her New York home. Inside was a faded photograph of Nancy, younger, standing with a man in front of a Santa Fe cafe. On the back, a note read, "She deserved more than secrets. Ask about Elena." The discovery stunned Savannah and her siblings. Annie whispered, "Who's Elena?" while Cam shook his head in disbelief. The photograph, dated 1992, hinted at a life Nancy had kept hidden. It became the first tangible proof that the matriarch had been leading a parallel existence far from Tucson's watchful eyes. A chance encounter in Santa Fe. Nancy's secret life began in 1991 during a rare solo trip to Santa Fe for a church retreat. Still grieving her husband, she met Victor Ramirez, a 45-year-old artist and gallery owner from Mexico City. Victor, widowed and creative, offered a free-spirited contrast to her structured Tucson life. Their shared experiences of loss formed a quick bond, blossoming into a clandestine romance. Nancy returned home transformed but concealed her new connection. She rationalized the secrecy, fearing her children would not understand. The relationship provided her a space to explore creativity and passion, a life beyond duty and mourning that would define her secret identity for decades. The emergence of Elena Victor gave Nancy the nickname Elena, after a character in a Mexican novel symbolizing her hidden fire. Under this identity, she assisted him in running his gallery and exhibited her own paintings, a pursuit she had never pursued in Tucson. Weekend trips to Santa Fe became her escape, disguised as church visits or women's retreats. Letters exchanged between them were handwritten to avoid digital traces stored in a locked box under Nancy's bed. Her alternate life offered a stark contrast, dancing at fiestas, debating art, and embracing freedom. Elena was adventurous and expressive, everything Tucson Nancy could not be while fulfilling family obligations. Balancing 2 worlds. Nancy mastered a delicate balance. In Tucson, she remained the devoted mother, church volunteer, and supportive matriarch. In Santa Fe, she was Elena, artist, muse, and partner to Victor. Small bank accounts under her alias funded the gallery, while letters and visits maintained the illusion of a normal widow's life. By 2000, she had a complete secondary identity: a New Mexico driver's license, post office box, and studio space. Locals knew Elena as quiet, witty, and elegant. The dual existence allowed Nancy to explore self-expression while keeping family comfort intact. But living between these 2 worlds imposed strain, secrecy, and guilt. The children remain unaware. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, Savannah, Annie and Cam remained oblivious to their mother's secret. She justified her absences with family-friendly explanations, prioritizing their stability and milestones. Letters and photographs documenting her time with Victor remained hidden. Despite living apart from her alter ego, Nancy continued nurturing her children, supporting careers, and attending milestones. The secrecy weighed on her, but she feared exposing Elena might disrupt the image of a devoted widow, the very identity her children relied upon. This careful compartmentalization allowed her to live passionately yet cautiously, protecting both worlds without collapsing either. Cracks in the facade. By the 2010s, signs of strain appeared. Victor recalled arguments and Nancy expressing guilt about her double life. Pandemic lockdowns in 2020 exacerbated the tension, forcing Nancy into Tucson without her escape. She confided in Victor via encrypted apps, expressing feelings split in two. Post-pandemic trips resumed but shortened, and her last known visit to Santa Fe was January 15th to 20th, 2026. During this time, Nancy displayed unusual distraction and fear, sensing she was being watched. Odd phone calls and being tailed suggested her secret life might be at risk, transforming past enjoyment into anxiety and laying the groundwork for her eventual disappearance. Financial footprints and blackmail suspicions. Investigators found irregularities in Nancy's finances. Small transfers from her Tucson accounts funded Eleanor's gallery. A suspicious $5,000 wire to Mexico in December 2025 raised alarms. Victor claimed ignorance. Authorities suspect blackmail. Someone may have uncovered her secret, possibly through the gallery, neighbors, or stolen letters. The missing locked box under her bed is further evidence of a targeted intrusion. These findings suggest Nancy's disappearance was not random. The blood drops at the scene point toward a personal motive rather than theft, intensifying fears of a deliberate act by someone with intimate knowledge of her dual existence. The family's shattered world. The FBI's February 9th briefing stunned the Guthrie family. Victor's testimony confirmed the existence of Elena and detailed Nancy's decades-long hidden life. Savannah's composure broke. Annie clutched old photographs. The revelation explained both Nancy's strength and distance as a mother. Perfectionism and secrecy defined her. Friends described the impact on Savannah's public persona as well. This dual life reframed the narrative of the family's history. Online speculation surged. Theories ranged from blackmail to jealousy, but the human cost was undeniable. The family's grief now mingled with shock, betrayal and awe at the audacity and complexity of Nancy's hidden life. Public reaction and local impact. Locales in Santa Fe recalled Eleanor as a warm, creative presence, volunteering for children's art programs and quietly supporting the gallery. Victor closed the gallery temporarily, overwhelmed by media attention. Social media exploded with fascination and theories about her secret romance and financial transactions. While the public debate rages on, the family has requested privacy. The investigation continues, tracing the Mexican wire, interviewing associates, and canvassing Tucson neighbors. Nancy's story has become a study in secrecy, passion, and human complexity, leaving both her family and the public grappling with a mother they thought they knew, and a woman whose life was far richer than anyone imagined. Conclusion: the unraveling mystery. Nancy Guthrie's disappearance revealed more than a missing person case. It exposed decades of concealed identity and suppressed desires. For 30 years, she juggled the demands of Tucson duty with Santa Fe freedom. Her secret life as Elena provided passion, creativity, and autonomy, but came with isolation, guilt, and risk. Investigators now face a tangle of personal motives, financial anomalies, and potential threats. The story of Nancy Guthrie reminds us that appearances can be deceptive, and that even the most devoted lives may contain hidden depths. The search continues, with hope for resolution and a glimpse into the woman behind the legend.